All right, let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on WION, where Russia has announced a temporary halt to fighting, as President Vladimir Putin has declared a 32-hour ceasefire to mark Orthodox Easter. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has confirmed that Kiev will honor the truce. The move comes after repeated appeals from Zelensky, who has been urging for a pause in the hostilities. Now, according to the Kremlin, the ceasefire will begin at 4 p.m. Moscow time on Saturday and will remain in effect until midnight on Sunday. It is meant to cover the Easter celebrations observed in both nations. Now, announcing the ceasefire, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that the ceasefire was only temporary and that it is exclusively humanitarian in nature. He further added that Russia wants a proper peace deal and not simply a ceasefire. Now, earlier in the week, Zelensky had said that he had asked the United States to relay a proposal to Moscow for a holiday weekend truce, possibly what he described as the first step towards de-escalation. Washington has been mediating talks between Russia and the Ukrainian representatives, and the war has now entered into its fifth year with no possible end in sight. Now, despite multiple attempts, previous ceasefire efforts have largely failed to hold. Ukraine has consistently called for a full and a lasting ceasefire as a foundation for broader peace negotiations. And this weekend's planned pause mirrors a similar short-lived Easter ceasefire announced by Moscow, similar to last year. The truce had ended with both sides accusing each other of violations. On the ground, there is skepticism that remains high. Residents in Kiev have expressed doubts over whether the truce will hold.
Well, then do it. If you want to do it, we will mirror it. We are a country that is defending itself. You do the ceasefire, and then we will think. But they do not adhere. Even today, it is Friday, Shaheds, missiles are flying at Ukraine. Well, come on then, start the ceasefire. Only when it is Easter for us. Immediately a ceasefire or what? Christ is risen. Immediately a ceasefire. I don't know when they want to do it.
Of course, like for any person, any mother, it would be good if it were quiet, and at least for a few days it would be possible to live without nervous tension. Because of what we expect, because we know that on holidays the aggressor country always greets us with the attacks.
And adding to the uncertainty, reports of continued violence have emerged within the hours of the ceasefire announcement. Authorities in Ukraine's Dnipropetrovsk region say that Russian artillery, fire and aerial strikes have killed 2 people. In the Odessa region, emergency crews worked overnight to contain a large fire at a critical infrastructure site following an overnight drone attack. And earlier this year, Russia had also declared an energy truce, pausing strikes on Ukraine's power grid during the winter. And that pause had proven to be brief, with attacks resuming soon afterwards. As the Easter ceasefire takes effect, questions remain over how long this fragile peace can last without being broken.